I've spent my whole married life here, our children have grown up here, our children go to school here, and I wouldn't want to live anywhere else.
You know, I work for Cardinia Shire Council, I live in Cardinia Shire Council, and so I'm very interested in positive outcomes for Cardinia Shire Council, and that's my remit, that's my job.
So I joined Cardinia Shire Council a little under 2 years ago. I've been in local government for over a decade, so I'm fairly experienced in local government. Cardinia Council has a very different feel to it, not only the building itself, the ABW environment, but just generally the way that council and our senior leadership team approach council operations.
You've got things like the activity-based workplace that we have here, not the traditional base, which you have offices and petitioned off areas. People come in, they log in. It is a very moving and fluid space. You can fit so many more people in. When people aren't in the office, other people can fill those spaces.
From an organisational point of view, innovation in terms of our new community dashboard, which allows our community to see how council is performing, right through to the introduction of AI, artificial intelligence, which now scans our mail and also helps us process our accounts receivable.
Basically, we had a massive increase in incoming mail. So that's physical mail landing on the doorstep via the post, also mail to mail at Cardinia, so email. As an outcome, we went to the market and said, can you help us out? What can we do? And ultimately we partnered with a company called eCloud, and they brought in an artificial intelligence solution. We were processing our documents almost 100% quicker, so half the time. The ultimate outcome of that was that we had probably 3 to 4 EFT that was saved, so that's around $300,000 to $400,000 per annum for council that we saved. And what we've been able to do, and it's been my remit as a manager, I'm not about putting people out of work. There's a lot of fear around AI, I'm going to lose my job. There's always going to be jobs. Things change. If you look through history, things have changed, but new jobs evolve. So we've worked with that team to reskill them, and now they're moving from being process workers, stamping documents, sticking documents into the document management system, to being knowledge workers. So they're enhancing records management within Cardinia Shire Council.
We've just launched some dashboards on our website, and the idea behind those dashboards is that we want the community to be able to see how we're performing at any time that suits them, rather than waiting for once a year for the state government's community satisfaction survey to come out. We want to be as transparent as possible.
I can't explain how significant I believe that piece of work is. I really hope that, and the state government's seen it and they've been very impressed with it. Instead of having to produce a quarterly report and doing a whole lot of work, literally the data is just updating every single day.
And it just provides a really good comparison for our community to see how well council is performing, how well we're spending their money. We were named recently as one of the 100 most innovative companies in all of Australia in the Australian Financial Review. We were the only local government to win that. So we're really proud of that outcome, and again that's reflective of the support and the encouragement that we receive from both our councillors and our senior management, and the support and the hard work of all of our staff here in delivering these innovative approaches to the way that we serve our community.
What's great about Wyndham? Well, I've been here since 1982 and I absolutely love the place. It's certainly growing at a rate of knots. Cheap housing, open space, and a great place to be. The smart cities is about, to me, being innovative, progressive and utilising the advancement in technology. And it's certainly about doing what we do much smarter, much more efficiently and much better.
Last year, Wyndham City Council started using holographic computing to present the Werribee CBD, which is undergoing a rapid transformation.
What excites me about this particular tool is it's a new way of engagement. Other than using state planning authorities and regulations and bureaucracies, we're able to show our community exactly what it's going to look like. Whereas before you might look at a two-dimensional plan and say, okay, how does this plan work and how do we communicate this to residents? We're able to give the scale, height, bulk, mass of buildings and whole precincts and communicate that effectively to our residents.
The depth of the data began with just three-dimensional models and some basic building data. Now we can integrate any data set that we like, so we've put in things like smart bins, traffic information, we can put in weather, Wi-Fi signals, anything that relates to the built environment and anything that impacts on the citizen experience.
This tool has been so important for our directorate and for our organisation, as we've got a future-focused economy, a future-focused livability and suburb. We are keen to have a smart city office which then talks across the business, has our land use planning, our city transport functions, our open space functions, all talking to one another in a new collaborative tool which we can then showcase to our community.
So it's about allowing citizens to see what happens, it allows decision makers to make better decisions, and it's about investors seeing what the future holds for the city.
It's an amazing opportunity, and it certainly put this council at the leading edge of local government in Victoria.
Brimbank, the place that I grew up in, the place that my children grew up in, the place that my grandchildren are growing up in, an absolutely wonderful place. I think when my parents came here, if they would have chosen any other place, I don't know whether I would have been as happy, because Brimbank is really a very vibrant place, culturally diverse, and if you think about the 160 different languages that we do speak here, we relatively live in harmony, and that's what I love about it. Youth unemployment is quite high in Brimbank. It has historically been quite high, and we're hoping to break that cycle. We're hoping to break that cycle with our job strategy. I think engaging with the youth and letting them tell us what they expected, together with the current strategies that we all have. I mean, we have our council plan, of course, which is our guiding light. Everything comes through our council plan, and that's our main strategy that we deal with. And a lot of that in there has got to do with our youth.
So the partnership between Brimbank and YLab started in about 2016. So YLab was brought in to establish, recruit and train the Brimbank Youth Ambassador model, which was having young people engage in local council processes. It was a program that I was a part of in 2016, and it's how I also got involved and became a YLab associate afterwards. From there, we've worked on a variety of different projects, YLab and Brimbank together, and what this has culminated in is a long-term relationship, and what we've developed is now the Brimbank Youth Job Strategy, where we had local associates to Brimbank who were also part of that Brimbank Youth Ambassador group work on the strategy in consultation with council.
What drew me to YLab was their own mission to give other young people the tools and support and the right environment to help them create the change they want to see in their community. So YLab really gave me that platform to have all of those things.
Usually when people from higher up are making policies, they might brush off what is in the best interest for younger people. So getting our perspective is really appropriate for making policies.
The young people that were involved in the program through the youth partnerships team model was 8 young people who represented key target groups. The impetus for that was that we know that youth unemployment affects different young people with different lived experiences disproportionately, and what we wanted to do was have those target demographics, which is young people living with a disability, young people living with a severe mental health issue, an early school leaver, tertiary education, represented in the youth partnership team model.
Engaging in a partnership with YLab would certainly be something that we would be looking at again, absolutely. It's been such a wonderful experience, and we look forward to engaging them.
Yeah, I think the impacts on the community, hopefully they can look at what we've done and help them to inspire other communities as well to make hopefully similar or make developments from the program that we had.
I think the impact that I hope the youth job strategy makes is that change of perceptions of the capabilities of young people.
I do know that with this strategy, we're not going to solve youth unemployment within 5 years. We're not going to see a dramatic decrease in youth unemployment. But what this has shown and what has been successful is that the process of designing and developing a policy with young people that have lived experience of the issue and putting them at the centre of the problem to design and develop the policy has been extremely successful, and just engaging young people from a variety of different backgrounds, from a variety of different lived experiences, and giving them the power, giving them the decision, giving them the agency to shape what the policy actually looks like is a success in and of itself.
Yeah, absolutely. Anything that we can do to help the youth and help them stay strong and be resilient in this kind of world that we live in now is our responsibility as community leaders.